What kind of patients usually need speech therapy at Midway Home? What's one of the biggest emotional challenge your patients face?
It would be to be more empathetic towards the patient.
Welcome to Midway Home. Today we have with us Sir Ehteshaam Khatri, a speech therapist who plays a vital role in the recovery of many of our patients. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
We'll start with the basics. For someone who might not know what is speech therapy, can you give a small gist of it?
Surely. So, speech therapy is basically a form of therapy, just like physiotherapy, but we primarily focus on the patient's speaking, language, that is linguistic, and swallowing abilities. So, any patient who has an issue in either of these three domains technically falls under our purview.
And what does speech therapy involve?
So speech therapy has a lot of different components that can be used. Now, since the primary patient load here is that of adults, so you would see a lot more of uses of things such as an electric brush or a vibratory brush or therapeutic brush that we usually use. It also will have different components based on the patient's abilities or based on the patient's complaints that the patient has.
Okay. What kind of patients usually need speech therapy at Midway Home?
That's a very good question. So in Midway Home, my primary caseload is of patients who have lost their ability to speak or swallow as a result of stroke. This is the major caseload, but we also have a lot of patients over here who are suffering from debilitating conditions such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, or have been involved in a road traffic accident and have lost their abilities post that.
Okay. What's one of the biggest emotional challenge your patients face?
The biggest emotional challenge that I would say is that we humans are very social, right? We are a very social race.
Right.
So when you lose your ability to communicate, it is very frustrating.
Yeah.
And there are also certain patients over here who exactly know what they want to speak, but they're not able to. So naturally that would frustrate them a lot. So this is one of the biggest emotional pain points that I would say is there in patients, because that changes your personality. When you know you cannot communicate, you'll obviously be more frustrated. Anxiety may probably set in. You may become more hateful or resentful towards the people around you, and that definitely will affect your overall prognosis as well.
Definitely. Any message you'd like to give to caregivers, families, or anyone watching?
Yes, that it would be to be more empathetic towards the patient. Try to put yourself in their shoes and see what they're facing or what they're going through. Maybe that will help you understand how to communicate better or more effectively with that person.
Right. Could you share a memorable success story that has stayed with you?
I've luckily had the opportunity to experience a lot of challenging patients over here in Midway, but there are a few that we particularly remember. So there was this one patient. He was a road traffic accident case. He lost his ability to speak and move his body as a result of an accident. So he luckily was young, first of all, and he was very well motivated. So he used to do everything that was asked for and much more. So from a medical standpoint, I think at the end of 3 or 4 months, the amount he actually surprised us by recovering much more than what we had expected in the span of time.
Thank you so much for coming over here. We are so glad you could remove your precious time and speak to us and enlighten the patients, their families, and everyone watching. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.